reminder that Carson-Newman and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages at the site of competition is prohibited. We now ask that you stand for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet our starters for today's matchup. First for the Pioneers. At second base, number 2, Rudy Fernandez. In center field, number 22, Zane Keener. At third base, number 42, Christian Ortega. In left field, Pioneers, number 8, Alex Record. In right field, number 4, Martin Flood. Designated pitcher, Pioneers, Francis Guy Burnett. At shortstop, number 7, Rick Cross. On first base, Will Daniels. Catcher, number 10, Blaze McCullough. Introducing the lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. Leading off, shortstop, number 7, Trey Miller. In center field, number 15, Dalton McClain. At first base for the Eagles, number 20, James Sitton. Catching, number 19, Mitchell Bowers. Designated hitter, number 5, Zach Bose. In left field, number 36, Nelson Smith. In right field, 22, Mike Cox. At third base, number 21, Will Skip. At second base, number 3, William Hill. And the third base for the Eagles, number 28, Brandon Hughes.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex as we get set for first pitch as Carson-Newman and Tusculum square off in the midweek this week. Carson-Newman coming off of a series victory over Mars Hill. Tusculum sweeping Coker over the weekend, and it's Griff Hughes to get a start for a second week in a row. Hughes, 3 1/3 innings in that 15-inning adventure on Saturday. Struck out 5 and gave up an unearned run in that game. Rudy Fernandez starts us off, and we're ready to play baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon at Mossy Creek. Hughes ready to go, and his first pitch of the day misses downstairs, ball 1, and we are underway a minute early here at 1:59. Great to have you on board with us. I'm Michael Watrang, our entire crew. Grateful to have you along for the ride as these two teams meet for the second time this year. The 1-0 misses low on a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. These two teams met back in early February. Fernandez did not play in that outing. That turned into a 10-4 Tusculum win. 2 balls, no strikes. The left-hander pitches, and here's a foul ball down the first base line out of play. 2 balls and a strike to count. Well, Tusculum's having a fine season. Winners of 14 of the last 16 ball games, and this is their first road game in 33 days. 2 balls and a strike. Hughes pitches, and it's slashed off the top of the Tusculum dugout first base side as the count evens up at 2-2. Hughes pitched at Tusculum in that ball game back on February 8th got 4 outs, didn't allow a run. And that was an adventure-filled day for Carson-Newman pitching in that ball game. Left-hander readies with the 2-2 pitch. Fernandez awaits from the right side. Hughes lifts the leg and fires, and a foul ball off of first base. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after falling behind 2-0, 3 consecutive pitches in the zone, and we sit here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman utilized 7 pitchers in that first meeting this year. Left-hander coming set, 2-2 the count. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good slider, he tucked it down and in. And Fernandez down swinging, and the first out of the ball game is a strikeout for Hughes. Defensively for Carson-Newman, Smith, McLean, Potts left to right in the outfield. Gibson, Miller, Gibbs, Denton third to first. And Mitchell Ballant, the nod behind the plate. Here's Zane Keener at a grand slam home run in yesterday's 10-7 win over Cedarville. No score in the top of the first. Lefty on lefty, and the first pitch to Keener stays high and away on a fastball for ball 1. Well, Keener didn't join the party offensively until the 7th inning of the first meeting. Went 1 out of 5, an RBI single for a player that has put together a solid career as he bounces the 1-0 foul over the top of the first base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Keener now hitting .412 on the year, a home run, 17 driven in, tied for the team lead in RBIs. Hughes comes set with no score in the first. Infield shuffled around to the right, the 1-1. Slider on the outside corner, dots it there, and it's a called strike, 1-2. Well, Hughes has really shuffled into a quality overall role. He can start in the midweek, give you 3 innings, and he can pitch on the weekends for a couple innings as well. 1-2 pitch. That's right down the middle for strike 3 called. Fooled him with another slider. It started right at the body of Keener and ended up right down Broadway across the belt. Back-to-back punch-outs to start off the ball game. And with 2 outs and nobody on, here's the league's leading hitter, Christian Ortega, hitting .474 this year. Couple long balls, 17 driven in. No score in the first. Hughes pitches, and he starts Ortega with a slider at the knees. For strike 1 call. Well, Hughes dialed in here early, missed with the first 2 pitches of the game. Other than that, he's been pretty pinpoint and has a good feel of the slider early in the game. 1 strike and nothing to count. Lefty on righty. The 1 strike pitch. Outside corner again. 0-2. Oh, when you look at Hughes this season, in 3 of his first 4 outings, he gave up runs. Since that point, he's given up just 5 earned in his last 7 outings. And time called by Ortega. Looks like he might have gotten something in his right eye. But Hughes trying to strike out the side. 24 strikeouts this year, 7 walks in 18 innings entering today. And upping those numbers here in this one. No balls, 2 strikes. Hughes ready. He comes plateward, and it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Griff Hughes fans the side in the opening inning. This time he tucks a fastball down and in. And the league's leading hitter retired, and Carson-Newman faces the minimum in the first. Half inning in the books. Tusculum nothing. Here comes Carson-Newman to the plate, looking to pick up where it left off over the weekend offensively. The Eagles get their first chance when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Griff Hughes strikes out the side in the top of the first inning, and now Carson-Newman will get its turn for the second time this year against Drew Slowinski, 6'4", 215-pound sophomore out of Knoxville's Bearden High School. And he is making his fifth outing of the year. So far, a 0-1 record with a 6.30 earned run average for the season. And he'll deal with Trey Miller to start off this ball game. Miller, a .364 hitter, a couple long balls. He's driven in 7. And he slid in nicely to the top of the lineup for the Eagles in the absence of Henry Jackson. So here come the Eagles bats. No score in the first. And Slowinski's first pitch of the day. Miller bunts it, foul, on top of the first base dugout for strike 1. Slowinski got the start in the first meeting this year back on February 8th. He went 3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 base hits. He retired 6 of the first 7 batters that he faced and then ran into a bit of 2-out trouble in the 3rd inning. And he's back out there today. The 1-strike pitch to Miller is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Miller, 5 multi-hit games in the last month, has upped his average over .360. 2 strikes and nothing. Here's the pitch. Miller bounces it foul up the third baseline. Well, it's a nice day for baseball. 59 degrees. Feels warmer than that, but the wind at about 9 to 10 miles per hour makes it slightly chillier at times. Cloudy skies overhead. And fans in attendance here sporting all sorts of attire as the 0-2 was a bouncer to third base. Foul ball as it was picked up by Ortega. And the ball was fielded in foul ground. Defensively for Tusculum, Reynolds, Keener, Flood left to right. Ortega, Robinson, Fernandez, and Samuelson make up the infield third to first. And Blaze McCauley gets the start behind the plate. Miller picks up his bat barrel and steps back into the right-handed hitting batter's box. In an 0-2 hole in a scoreless game in the first. The 0-2. Miller hits a high drive to deep left. This ball is way out of here. Trey Miller's 3rd home run of the year against Drew Slowinski. And Carson-Newman strikes with a leadoff homer in the first. How about that? Trey Miller gets a good pitch to hit. And despite falling into an early hole, he turns on a high hanger. And Carson-Newman, the first run of the day, he fell into an 0-2 hole. And the first pitch now to Dalton McClain is off the inner half for ball 1 to the right-hand hitter. McClain, a .222 hitter. He's driven in 6. The native of Greenville, the home of Tusculum, the 1-0. On the outside corner with a curveball, 1-1. Carson-Newman has found its power from the top of the lineup this season. Miller homers for the 3rd time. The 1-1, bunt shown, misses inside. And the count, and 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander pitches, and McClain bounces it right back to the mound. Excellent snare by Slowinski. He picked it up off of the ground on his left-hand side, and he throws out McClain at first base. If Slowinski doesn't get a piece of that, it's into center field for a base hit. But it is the first out of the inning. McClain bounces out, And with one out and nobody on, here comes James Denton. Had the walk-off hit in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Mars Hill on Saturday. Left-hand hitter takes a strike on the outside corner, falling behind at 0-1. Denton, .312 hitter on the year, couple homers, 10 driven in. Was 0 for 3 in the finale on Sunday as he swings at the 0-1 and ropes this into right center. But playing deep and towards the alley was Flood, and he's over in plenty of time to snare it. Retiring Denton, Carson-Newman's hit the ball hard on 3 straight occasions. And thanks to Miller's home run, a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first to bring Mitchell Ballant to the plate. Ballant, 3 hits in 7 at-bats in the final 2 games of that series against Mars Hill. Average sits at .321 for the year with 4 homers and 14 driven in. Slowinski pitches, and Ballant swings and misses. Well, Slowinski trying to work through this opening inning, and he's done a good job bouncing back after giving up the solo tater to the leadoff man here in the frame. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Misses down and away, 1-1. This is a Tusculum team that had gone 7 consecutive games without giving up a home run. They've only given up 5 homers entering today, a league low. And that's the first home run since February 24th. 1-1 bounces up there, 2-1. It's the second best pitching staff in the league this year, and Miller leaves the yard. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Shot to first base, but right into the mitt of Samuelson, who puts the glove in front of his hat and snatches it out of the air to retire the side in the first. But Carson-Newman gets a solo home run from Trey Miller, and the Eagles have a 1-0 edge after a frame of work here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Griff Hughes just struck out the side. Good start for the Eagles. They'll try to keep it going when we come back here to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 1-0 as the Pioneers come to the plate in the second inning. Griff Hughes struck out the side on 13 pitches in the first. And the left-hander's first pitch of this inning is down and in to Wes Reynolds for ball 1. Well, Reynolds had a field day when these teams met earlier this season. He hit a 2-run home run and was aboard 4 times in 5 tries against the Eagles. Season average sits at 188 for the year. The 1-0. Reynolds takes just below the knees for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Carson-Newman gets the home run from Trey Miller and the 1-0 lead here against Tusculum. Eagles also jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first meeting this year. The 2-0 misses down and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Hughes will take a walk around the mound after it appeared as if that ball might have came out of his hand in a different way than he would have liked. 3 balls, no strikes. Hughes pitches, and he misses outside. He was really never close in that sequence. And after striking out the side in the opening inning, a leadoff walk, and that has been Carson-Newman's Achilles heel this year. Opponents for the season are reaching base at a .463 margin as a leadoff batter. That has been a big issue all year. Murphy Flood to stand in, a .340 hitter this season. 1-0 Carson-Newman in the first. Flood squares to bunt. Hughes stretches. He pitches. Flood takes for ball one. Well, it appears as if Flood is squaring to bunt, thinking that Hughes can't throw a strike at this point, so he's probably not going to lay the lumber down. He's probably going to back it away. 1-0 the count. 5 in a row out of the zone. The pitch. He does bunt this ball, and it goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a decisive decision here for Flood, looking to lay that bunt down. 1 ball, 1 strike. The good news for Carson-Newman pitching is despite giving up that leadoff clip, only giving up a 253 average with runners on base. The 1-1. Bunted, first base side. It hops foul, and it stays foul halfway up the line for strike 2. 1-2. And now the question is, do you continue to have Flood try to lay down a bunt here? Or do you let him swing away with a count at 1 ball and 2 strikes? He's done nothing but display a bunt. One ball, 2 strikes. Flood not squaring this time around. Hughes will pick over to first base. Reynolds back safely. Does have a couple steals this year. Tusculum as a team has 22 of them for the season. The team's leader, Tyler Rennell, is not available today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hughes pitches. It's a swing and a miss. Fastball up in the zone. Punch out number 4 for Griff Hughes. I'll tell you what, Hughes has been locked in with his swing and miss stuff right now. And he has made this Tusculum lineup uncomfortable, a team that's won 4 in a row. And with 1 out and the runner still at first base, here's Zach Brunette, right-handed hitting, designated hitter. Hughes pauses, now brings it up there, and he bounces the ball in the third. It gets behind the home plate umpire, but it just trickled between his legs. Ballant was able to locate it, and Reynolds had already begun retreating back to first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Brunette this year, just 11 at-bats. He has 3 hits in those 11 at-bats. 1 of those hits, a home run, 3 RBIs. 1 ball and no strikes. Hughes pitches, and it's on the inside corner with a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Well, the wind becoming maybe a little more prevalent at this point. When Hughes straightens up, the back of his jersey flaps in the breeze. That Carolina blue jersey, pinstripe pants, and the navy hats for the Eagles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. It's 1-2. Tusculum, conversely, the gray pants, kind of the black camo uniform tops and black lids for the visitors here today. 14-4 on the season, 5-1 in conference play. Lenore-Rhine's 3-0, so they technically have the lead of the league by being undefeated. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Eagles here in the second. Hughes pitches, and it's bounced over the mound out towards second. Gibbs picks it up. He slaps the tag on the runner, getting the out at second base. So that'll be a fielder's choice from Brunette. He's aboard. And then 4 unassisted to get the out at second base. And with 2 outs and a runner now at first and Brunette, Britton Robinson will hit. A good play there by Gibbs. Charged in and had time to ensure that he would get the tag on the lead runner. So with 2 outs and a runner at first, Eagles leading at 1-0. Here's Robinson, a right-hand hitter. Hughes stretches and pitches, and it's fouled off of the lid of Ballant back. 1 strike and nothing. Well, Carson-Newman's defense has been much improved the last couple games. Without an error in 3 of the last 5 games after they had at least 1 in 13 of the first 14. 1 strike and nothing. Hughes delivers And that misses low, 1-1. Well, and speaking with the coaching staff earlier today, they've talked about how the pitching staff has really started to find something. They don't necessarily have that true dominant starting pitchers, but they got some good relief hurlers that have really grown. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. High. Robinson checks his swing. 2-1. And you look at Saturday, that 15-inning game, a program record 24 strikeouts. It was 2 off of the Division II record in that 15-inning loss to Mars Hill. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle, 2-2. But that's what this time of year is all about, is that first month, you let everybody get a crack at it. You figure out who's who. And then you whittle it down once you get towards weekend play and league action. And that's what the Eagles appear to be doing at this point in the year. 2-2 the count. Hughes pitches, and a slider drifts down and away, and the count runs full at 3-2. 2 outs. The runner at first base, Brunette, will get a head start. 1-0 Carson-Newman here in the first. Or here in the second, rather. Hughes works out of the stretch here, and Brunette, it's a running start over at first base. Hughes pitches and misses high with a fastball. He's walked 2 here in this inning. And there's runners at first and second base with 2 outs to bring Will Samuelson to the plate. Samuelson, a left-handed hitting first baseman, 348 average, 2 homers and 11 driven in. Well, Tusculum played Cedarville yesterday. Carson-Newman's game at Trevecca got canceled because of wind playing an issue in Nashville. Hughes checks second and pitches, and Samuelson swings and misses on a slider down and away. 0-1. Carson-Newman leads 1-0 here in the second. The fence was blown over at Trevecca. Heard it also happen at Lee as well, so casualties to the field between those two sides. So the Eagles had to bang that game. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another slider down and away. 0-2. Well, so far so good here on the fence at Mossy Creek, but the wind still could present an issue today. It's now pretty stiff out to right field. 2 men on, 2 outs. Carson-Newman 1, Tusculum 0 here in the top of the second. Hughes ready to go, and the 0-2 pitch from the southpaw. On the way, and Samuelson bounces it foul off of his foot. And the count holds at 0-2. Well, Hughes doing a good job of finding the strike zone when he absolutely has to. 4 out of 16 left-hand hitters this season against Hughes. The sophomore left-hander from Carnes High School in Knoxville. Another 0-2. This slider doesn't entice Samuelson, up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it's been a lengthy inning here. A walk, a strikeout, a fielder's choice, another walk. And Hughes over 20 pitches here in the inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 on. The pitch. On the outside corner, and strike 3 called. Went to a hearty fastball, and Hughes has 5 punch-outs. In doing so, he strands a pair as well. And the Pioneers scoreless in the second. Carson-Newman leads it 1-0, and the Eagles' bats will look for more when they come back to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. More to come here from the Silverdome Baseball Complex in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 1-0. Eagles looking to avenge the loss on February 8th at Pioneer Park. Zach Bose leads off, 283 hitter this year, a couple homers, 11 driven in. 1-0 lead thanks to Trey Miller's leadoff homer in the first. Slowinski back to work, and his first pitch is an over-the-top curveball that clocks in at the knees. 0-1. Bose in the middle of this lineup. The 0-1 pitch. He pops this one up. Left side of the infield, the shortstop Robinson underneath it, and that orange mitt gets popped as the ball flops into it. Retiring Bose for the first out here the second inning. And with one out, nobody on, Nelson Smith will get his turn. Smith has found himself into the lineup consistently here in the last couple weeks. The Maryville transfer played 61 games for the Scots, and the first pitch from Slowinski is in there for strike one. Smith has a hitting streak going of 3 in a row. 4 hits, 13 at-bats during that stretch. Has a hitting streak of 5 this season. The 0-1 misses down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hand pitcher Slowinski into his motion, the 1-1. This ball goes to the backstop after it glances off the glove of McCauley. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a huge hole in left center field. The center fielder Keener is playing over towards the alley and right. And if Smith can split the gap, he can run. The 2-1. High on another fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Slowinski this year, 5 walks in 10 innings. He's in a 3-ball and no strike hole. Or 3-ball and 1 strike hole as he pitches and misses high for ball 4. And the Eagles have a 1-out base runner here in the third. Or the second, rather. So with 1 out and a runner at first base, Ryan Potts will get his turn, a .262 hitter this season. Potts was red hot at the beginning of the year. Has cooled off slightly since. And with 1 out and a runner at first base, Smith, good speed. Hasn't stolen a base so far this year, though. Right-hander pitches. There goes Smith. It's a swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. The throw down to second base. Glances off the glove of the second baseman and goes into right center field. Smith steals second, and then he hustles over to third on a throwing error. So call it a stolen base and get him over to third on the E2. Well, McCauley's throw was well short. It was never going to get Smith. And Smith, who had 19 steals last year at Maryville, gets his first for Carson-Newman, and the corner infield comes in with 1 out. 1 strike and nothing to count. Carson-Newman leads at 1-0. Middle infield at intermediate depth, the 0-1. Potts bounces it right back to the mound. Slowinski picks. He hesitates, then throws it away. Up the first baseline. Smith scores. Potts to second base. And the Eagles lead it 2-0. And that was all created by Nelson Smith. He took 2 aggressive steps to the plate. Slowinski looked him back, and then he took another hard step. Slowinski turned, and then all out of sorts, He had his left foot facing left center field, his right foot facing home plate, and just spun a throw nowhere close to Samuelson. E1, run comes in to score, second consecutive error. Eagles lead it 2-0. And now Aiden Gibson swings and misses on a pitch down. But that's all Nelson Smith, and that's what Carson-Newman can do this year. They can put some pressure on you on the base pass. A stolen base, an error, and then another error. The 0-1 pitch. High. Throwback down to second base, and that one nearly skidded into center field. Good block, though, by Fernandez. One ball, one strike, the pitch. Popped up, first base side. McCauley gives it a look. Samuelson does as well, but it ends up in the grass. 1-2. But the pressure that Carson-Newman puts on this defense buys him a run here in the second. Pretty good work by the Eagles. 2 runs in the first 2 innings. The 1-2. High. 2-2. Well, Tusculum, as I mentioned, they haven't played a road game since the first couple days of February, that opening series down in Florida. Dating back to last year, they've lost 9 of the last 10 road games. 2-0 difference here early. The 2-2. Gibson swings and misses. He was out in front of a slider that ended up well off the plate. Slowinski's first strikeout. And with Potts at second base, Will Gibbs will get his opportunity. Gibbs, 255 hitter. He's driven in 5. And he's another in the line of Carson-Newman players with good speed. 2-0 Eagles in the second. 2 outs and a runner at second. Slowinski ready to go. He pitches. Gibbs squares to bunt and lays off of a high fastball for ball 1. Well, one thing that Carson did not do when they played at Tusculum earlier this season was ever add runs. They scored 2 in the 3rd and didn't score again until the 8th. Pioneers scored 7 in a row at that point. The 1-0. Gibbs takes a fastball across the belt for a strike. 1-1. Well, with that Trevecca game being banged yesterday, this is a 9-game homestand for Carson-Newman now. They'll have Wise for 3 this weekend and Lee at home next Tuesday. The 1-1 pitch. Gibbs pushes it foul off of the netting first base side. And the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes now. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses down and away. 2-2. Well, these last 2 innings, our first 2 innings, I guess, of this game, a home run and then manufacturing a run in the second. Knows what Carson-Newman's offense can do when it's clicking. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gibbs lays off of a slider outside. 3-2. Well, the hot-hitting Miller in the on-deck circle. Slowinski would certainly like to stop the bleeding right here, right now. 3-2 the count. A glance at Potts, the payoff pitch. Gibbs pushes it through the right side of the infield. That's into the outfield for a base hit. Potts chugging around third. He slides across safely. Will Gibbs delivers on a 2-strike, 2-out pitch. And it's 3-0 Carson-Newman. Well, Potts at second base bouncing around. Fernandez was overly concerned with a base runner. If he's playing at his normal position, that is a routine out. Instead, he's hugging towards second base. It gets right past him into the outfield. It brings in Potts. Carson-Newman leads it 3-0. And here's Trey Miller. He takes a strike at the knees. Well, Slowinski had not pitched since February 11th until coming out on Saturday against Coker, went 2 1/3 in that out. Runner takes off from first. Pitch taken high for a ball. A throw down to second base in time. Just in time to get the out. And that ends the inning. So caught stealing 2-4, ends the frame. But Carson-Newman does some more damage. 2 runs come across. Smith with a good base running. And Gibbs, the base hit with 2 outs and two strikes on him. And it's a 3-0 Carson-Newman advantage as we head to the 3rd inning. Griff Hughes has been great on the mound. Eagles will try to continue their solid pitching performance when we come back to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 3-0, and it's Eli Norris onto the mound. And his first pitch of his outing is up and in for ball 1. 4th appearance for Norris. 4 2/3 innings so far. He's given up 2 earned runs and has struck out 9. The 1-0 misses down and away. Fastball, curveball for Norris. And the coaches were talking. He was in the low 90s in his outing against Mars Hill on Saturday. 2-0 pitch coming plateward. Misses down and in. 3-0. Well, Norris has had issues with walks. He's walked 6 in his last 3 2/3 innings. But he struck out 8 in that period. Needs a strike here. 3-0 to Blaze McCauley. And McCauley takes off the plate inside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk starts the inning. So Tusculum in this game, they've struck out 5 times, hit a fielder's choice, and they've walked 3 times. And the lineup flips back over to the top of the order. And Rudy Fernandez, he was a strikeout victim to start the game. 3-0 Carson-Newman here in the 3rd. Norris to work from the stretch for the first time. Eagles looking for a double play ball. Fernandez squaring to bunt. Bounces it backward for strike 1. Griff Hughes, 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs. 36 pitches for the Knoxville native. And now it goes over to the bullpen. Eagles have scored the first 3 runs of the day. Leadoff man aboard for a 2nd inning in a row after a walk. Norris stretches. He pitches, and it's bunted first base side. Norris will pick it up, takes the out over at first base as he trots over in that direction and flips the underhand over there. So it's a sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout, and McCauley down to second base. So with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, here's Zane Keener. Keener struck out looking back in the first. 3-0 Carson-Newman in the 3rd. Norris stretches with a runner out at second base, and the right-hander brings it up there and misses high. Ball 1. Norris made his debut for Carson-Newman on February 21st, and since then, the Eagles might have found something with the young right-hander. And most certainly will get his fair share of opportunities the next few weeks. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch downstairs, 1-1. This is what Carson-Newman has done traditionally over the years, is if they find somebody that they like maybe on the weekend or in the midweek. They try to get him back out there just a couple days later to see how they handle that workload. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. High on a fastball, 2-1. Carson-Newman's bullpen was great against Mars Hill over the weekend. Trying to keep that consistency going. Bullpen ERA and team ERA has dipped to a season low 5.17. So time was called, and they say a clock violation against Norris to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. First one of those we've seen this year. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. High for ball 4. So a walk, a sacrifice bunt, and another walk, and Tusculum will get the tying run to the plate here in the 3rd inning. And you have to go against the conference's top hitter, and Christian Ortega. Came into today with the best batting average in the league. Ortega strikeout, swinging in his first and lone at bat of the day. Carson-Newman leads it 3-0, but in danger here in the 3rd with 2 on and 1 out. Norris pitches, and Ortega way out in front of it, pops it back behind us. This ball will reach the seats for strike 1. Well, this is a rubber matchup of sorts. These two teams have faced off 108 times entering today, 46 times apiece on each other's home field. Each team has won 23 times on the road and at home. The 0-1. Hit high into the air out to right field. Starting back was Potts. Now he comes forward over towards the line, makes the catch. Runners do not tag. And that's a clutch out there for Norris, keeping the men at first and second base. 2 outs now in the inning, and Wes Reynolds will get his turn. Leads the team in long balls, has hit 4 of them this year. He drew a walk in that 2nd inning, and Norris trying to get out of this frame here in the 3rd. Carson-Newman leads it 3-0. Pioneers with 2 men on. They've drawn 4 walks in the game. Norris pitches, and he misses outside. They throw it down to first. Denton couldn't catch the baseball. Would have been somewhat close with Keener leaning away from the bag. 1 ball, no strikes. Norris comes set out there on the slab. The 1-0. High again. He's been up in the zone a lot with that fastball. Just can't get over the top of it right now and get it down in the zone. They count it 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, 2 men on. Norris stretches, he pitches. Swing and a miss. Reynolds saw a pitch that he liked, and he came out swinging after it and came up empty. You get a sense that this is a big moment in this ball game. Carson-Newman leads it 3-0. Couple walks in the inning, 2 outs, 2-1 pitch to the cleanup batter. The pitch just missed inside. 3-1. Norris so far, he has thrown 17 pitches. Only 6 have been strikes. But he's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning with no damage. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here it is. And it's hit high into the air on the infield left-hand side. Miller calling for it. The shortstop there making the catch, and that ends the inning. So Norris makes it adventuresome, but Tusculum strands a pair for the 2nd inning in a row. We're through 2.5. Carson-Newman continues to lead it 3-0. And the Eagles bats back to work trying to score for a 3rd straight inning when we come back to Mossy Creek in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833 847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman has the top of the lineup at the plate here in the bottom of the third inning, leading it 3-0 against Tusculum. Trey Miller starts it off, and let's see if he can start this inning off the way that he started off the ball game. A solo home run on an 0-2 pitch in the first. And Slowinski back to work out there on the rubber, and the right-hander pitches, and he misses up in the zone. That was pitch number 40 of the day for Slowinski. So far on the day, 2 innings, 3 runs, only 1 though earned. 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Right-hander into his motion on the full windup, and Miller watches a pitch go down and away after he started to square to bunt, and Miller now in the driver's seat at 2-0. Good start to the ball game for Carson-Newman. 3 runs on a couple base hits. A couple errors have helped him out as well. As he bunts this pitch into the air, first base side, it bounces in foul ground. And Samuelson picks it up to ensure that it is a foul ball. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Miller, just like that new age of leadoff hitters, hit a home run. He can also drop down a bunt and utilize that speed. 2 balls and a strike to count. Slowinski pitches, and that hits him. A tailing fastball that Miller started to lean out of the way of and ends up clipping him near the left hip. Eagles have the leadoff man on base. And Dalton McLean will get his turn. Hit a hard hit ground ball back up the middle that was snared by the pitcher Slowinski back in the opening frame. Carson-Newman 3, Tusculum 0. Bottom of the third inning. Miller, great speed on the base pass, 6 steals. Slowinski looks over there. Miller takes off. McLean shreds one into left field. That's a base hit. Miller quickly cuts the corner. He's hustling to third. The throw in, not in time. McLean hustling to second. He's in there safely. Speed on the base paths continue for Carson-Newman. Miller goes first to third on the hit and run, and McLean with a base hit. Third hit of the game for Carson-Newman with nobody out. Runners at second and third base for James Denton. Yeah, good work there by McLean. Got to look at the replay, and he got that right foot in there just before the tag came in from Fernandez. Infield in for Tusculum. 3-0 Eagles in the third. Slowinski pitches, and Denton takes a changeup on the outside corner at the knees for a strike. Well, Carson-Newman has gotten off to a good start, and the offense has been consistent as well. 1 strike and nothing to count. Slowinski pitches. Denton swings and misses. Off-speed pitch this time that ended up around the dirt. Swings over the top of it, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Denton this year just a .267 hitter with runners in scoring position. The 0-2. Swings and misses on a high pitch up in the zone. And he's down swings. Slowinski, a massive punch out. It's his second of the day. And with first base open, Mitchell Ballant will get his turn. 3-0. Carson-Newman on top and threatening for more here in the third. Got to find a way to get that runner in from third base. Infield still in. Slowinski pitches, and it bounces up there for ball 1. Ballant, .381 hitter this season with runners in scoring position. Team's leading run producer, has 14 of them this year. 1-0 the count. Slowinski readies. He pitches. Bounces it up there again. 2 balls and no strikes. Zach Bose awaits in the on-deck circle. Well, with first base open, I imagine that you're not necessarily going to give Ballin anything to hit in this situation. Back-to-back off-speed pitches, 2-0. What happens here? The pitch way upstairs, 3-0. Looks like they're going to pitch this thing out. Bose awaits in the on-deck circle. Right-hander ready to go on a 3-0. And he bounces it up there for ball 4, and he walks Ballin on 4 pitches. And that brings Zach Bose to the plate. Bose has 11 RBIs, and he leads the team in hits with runners in scoring position. He's hitting .429 this year, 9 hits with runners in scoring position. And he's going to get his opportunity here in the third with 1 out. Bose hit 2 home runs on opening day. Hasn't hit one since. And with the bases juiced and 1 out, and the Eagles leading at 3-0. Nowhere to put Bose now. And Slawinski, after a conversation with Blaze McCauley, his battery mate, ready to go here from the stretch. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner with a breaking ball for strike 1. Well, these are Carson-Newman's best hitters with runners in scoring position coming up. Bose and then Smith. 1 out, corner infield in. The 0-1. Bounces up there, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCauley's doing a nice job behind the plate. These have been some off-speed pitches that have fluttered down low. And McCauley's keeping it in front of him. A 1-1 pitch. Well off the plate, down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Slawinski grinding out there. He looks back into the dugout, nods his head yes. Looks to be a little bit frustrated out there on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, down and away. It's 3-1. Well, Slawinski has just been nibbling at the edges, and Carson-Newman's hitters have been ultra patient. Well, with the bases loaded, does Slawinski throw a fastball, and is Bose ready for it? 3-1 pitch. It is a fastball. Bose was ready for it, but out in front of it, popping it backwards. And they count full at 3-2. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. And the Bose maybe a little too antsy. Way out in front of it. 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the payoff. Bose strikes out swinging. Chased after a changeup downstairs, and that is the 2nd strikeout of this inning. And now just like that, Slawinski is an out away from ending this inning without giving up any runs. Nelson Smith is a .438 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. 3-0 Eagles in the third. Slawinski pitches, and that misses down and away for ball 1. Well, yeah, that hit batter of Miller to start off this inning. The hit and run put runners at first and second. Denton struck out. A walk to Ballin, then a strikeout of Bose. 1-0 the count. Slawinski pitches. Misses low on another changeup. 2-0. Well, Slawinski continues to fall behind the hitters. When will a Carson-Newman batter make him pay for that mistake? 2 balls and no strikes. Slawinski brings it up there, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Smith was staying back on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Smith rips it through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. Miller in to score. McLean coming in right behind him. Ortega's relay throw late. A 2-run, 2-out single from Nelson Smith. And the margin swells to 5 here in the third. That's just great work by Nelson Smith. Waited to get a pitch he could handle, and he does just that. Nelson Smith having himself a day. Carson-Newman scored the game first 5, and that runs Drew Slowinski from the mound. We'll step out for a break. New pitcher coming in for Tusculum. We'll tell you about him when we come back to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Eagles on top, 5-0 on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman Athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. Final! I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Tusculum turns it over to the bullpen and their most used pitcher this season, Billy Quinn. 6'2", 190-pound right-hand sophomore from Elma, New York. He comes on in relief for the Pioneers. This is his 7th appearance of the season. 1-1 record, a 2.81 ERA in 16 innings so far this season. He gets Ryan Potts with 2 outs and 2 on. Nelson Smith with a 2-run single has given the Eagles a 5-0 lead here in the third. Quinn stretches, and he'll fake a throw back to second base. Quinn was good against Carson-Newman in the first meeting this year. 4 1/3 innings. He struck out 5, did give up 2, but really locked down out there on the rubber. Now the first pitch to Potts is off the end of the barrel. One hopper foul into the screen first base side. 0-1 to Potts. Carson-Newman a run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 more here in the third. And a 5-0 lead in hand. Looking for some more here with 2 outs in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner at the knees with a fastball, 0-2. That's been a good start for Carson-Newman offensively on the day. 4 hits. Drawn 2 walks and been hit by a pitch. Quinn ahead at 0-2. He turns it loose, and Potts fouls it straight back into the netting. Count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. And Carson-Newman trying to end Tusculum's 4-game winning streak. Pioneers at 14-4 to begin the year. Right-hander out there on the mound, comes set. He's ready to go, and he pitches, and it's a bouncer foul through the wicket to the catcher. And he hangs around again after falling behind 0-2, back-to-back foul balls. Slawinski so far, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, still responsible for the men on base. Another 0-2 coming here from Quinn. And Potts takes high on a fastball, 1-2. Well, Quinn has been out there very frequently this year. This is 7th outing already this season. He has pitched now 6 times since February 21st. He's pitched in all but 3 games in that stretch. Here's the 1-2. Potts bounces it over the mound. Who fields this one? It's the second baseman, Fernandez, waiting on it. He steps on the second base bag, and that ends the inning. But Carson-Newman gets 2 more runs in the frame, and the Eagles, despite stranding their first 2 base runners of the day, have opened up a 5-0 lead on Tusculum. As we go to the 4th, Norris back to work when we come back to Mossy Creek. Eagles trying to keep things rolling, leading Tusculum 5-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Eli Norris back to work with Carson-Newman leading 5-0 in the 4th, and Murphy Flood takes low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Norris delivers. That misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Flood has struck out so far today in his only at-bat. Norris works out of the windup. 2 balls, no strikes. He pitches, and here's a slash foul just over the fence first base side and up into the grass. 2 balls and a strike. A good crowd here today. Spring break around Mossy Creek. But still a good crowd here for this one. The 2-1 over the top curveball misses high. 3 balls and a strike. Carson-Newman pitchers have dug themselves holes all season. The 3-1. Another foul ball. Flood just late on it. Yet again, he's gotten a couple pitches that he can handle, but he's been late on him. And he's hit him down the right field line twice. Ready with a payoff pitch is Norris. Here it is. And it just missed outside, and I mean not by much. Well, Tusculum doesn't have a hit yet today, but they do have 5 walks. And it's the 3rd straight inning with a leadoff base runner via base on balls for Tusculum. So now Zach Brunette will stand in, hit into a fielder's choice, his only time up. Carson-Newman leads the ball game 5-0 here in the 4th. And Norris back to the stretch. Right-hander pauses and now brings it up there, and that bounces in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-hander gets the sign here from Ballant. The pitch, down and away, 2-0. Well, Carson-Newman as a team has turned 10 double plays this season, and Travis Tingle promptly is out of the dugout, and he's heading out to the mound for Norris, and he's going to bring in a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Norris is done. Eagles leading at 5-0 here in the fourth on the Eagle Sports Network. Jackson Harbin is out of Carson-Newman's bullpen. While Tusculum took about 3 minutes to make a pitching change, Carson-Newman takes about 20 seconds. And Harbin is out there for the 7th time this year. And the right-hander will get ready to turn it loose. Here to Zach Brunette. He inherits a 2-ball and no strike count. And the right-hander with a runner at first base in a 5-0 game, ready to go. And the first pitch from Harbin is on the inside corner for a strike. Well, Harbin got off to a rough start this year. He gave 6 runs in the first 2 outs that he got. Since that point, last 5 innings, he's given up 2 runs. Here's the 2-1. Right down the middle with a strike. Ballant throws to first. Flood is back safely. And the count even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, if Harbin can be anything like what he's been in the last couple weeks, that would greatly benefit this bullpen. The 2-2. High on a fastball, 3-2. It's always tough coming into the game when you inherit a count because for Harbin, he got ahead, technically 0-2, then throws a pitch out of the zone, but because of the first 2 balls from Norris, he's in a 3-2 hole. And changes a little bit of how you're trying to pitch out there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Harbin pitches. It's a swing and a miss. Good fastball, high and tight. Doesn't matter what he inherits in terms of the count. He gets the punch out. And with 1 out and 1 man on, here comes Britton Robinson, who drew a walk his only time up. Carson-Newman 5, Tusculum 0. Here in the 4th inning, and a runner at first base and Flood. Harbin stretches, he pitches, and it's right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Carson-Newman's middle infield looking for that double play ball to get back into the dugout. Eagles have scored their first 3 times at the plate. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Robinson out in front of it, took a pretty solid cut at it, but came up empty. Harbin ahead at no balls and 2 strikes to the 7-hole batter. Gets the sign with Ballant. And now here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Harbin. And he is wasting no time out there on the rubber. And with 2 outs and Flood still at first after the leadoff walk, here's Will Samuelson. He struck out his only time up. 5-0 Eagles in the 4th. Harbin from the first base side pitches. And he misses just up and away on a fastball, ball 1. Well, the infield shovels around to the right-hand side. Miller playing on the third base side of the second base bag, but slightly. And Gibson well off the line at third. The 1-0. Outside corner on a tailing fastball for a strike, 1-1. Harbin dialed in as he gets the sign from Ballant. Straightens up. Turns it loose. Samuelson checks his swing. They want an appeal. Did not go, according to the field umpire. So it's 2-1. Walks have never really been an issue for Harbin. the exception of one game in his career. Typically throws strikes. Here's the 2-1. That's right down Broadway, 2-2. He walked 4 at USC Aiken, didn't get an out on February 3rd. Other than that, he's walked 13 and 26 and 2/3 career innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harbin turns it loose, and it's popped up third base side, but out of play. And we'll do it again. Well, that fastball was in a similar spot as an earlier strike in the count. Samuelson waved at this ball as he lunged out after it and got enough to get it over the netting and hang around. Flood leads away from first. Another break even. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ballant drops the baseball, picks it up after it goes through the catcher's or the home plate umpire's legs, and Harbin comes in to strike out the side in the 4th. Tusculum's left 5 aboard, and Carson-Newman pitching dialed in right now. 8 punch-outs for the Eagles, and after 3.5, it's a 5-0 Carson-Newman lead. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Eagles with a chance to add to it. They've scored in each of their first 3 trips to the dish. Looking to do so when they come back for the 4th on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman has scored in each of its first 3 trips to the plate. And the Eagles will get their 4th trip to the dish in this one, leading at 5-0 against Tusculum. Aiden Gibson, Will Gibbs, and Trey Miller due up for the Eagles here in the 4th. And Gibson will start us off. Strikeout victim his only time up. And Billy Quinn back to work, and the right-hand pitcher kicks the leg and fires, and here's a foul ball into the screen first base side. So 1 strike and nothing to count. 2 Gibson. Quinn takes a look at that wristband located on his left wrist. And now the right-hander pitches, and that hits the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Gibson overall 225 hitter this season. Quinn ready to go in the 0-2 pitch. Bounce third base side foul. Well, Carson-Newman a run in the first on the Miller home run. They get 2 more in the second, including a Gibbs 2-out RBI single. And then a Smith 2-run single with 2 outs in the third. 0-2 stays high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Pitch number 5 of the sequence coming up here. Right-hander lifts the leg and brings it up there, and that misses inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on base for Carson-Newman. 0 in both the run and the hits column for Tusculum. 2 errors and 5 left on base for Tusculum. And the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that misses down and away. And the count's at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count here to Aiden Gibson. And the right-hand pitcher, Quinn, delivers, and Gibson fouls another ball off. Good at bat, cooking right now. 8 pitches deep. Nothing solved so far. Quinn ready to go. He pitches, and that stays high and tight. Ball 4. That's a really good at bat right there by Aiden Gibson. And the Eagles have the leadoff man via a walk here in the 4th inning, and now Will Gibbs will get his turn. Carson-Newman leads 5-0 here in the 4th. Gibbs, an RBI single. His first time up. Fernandez was so concerned with the runner at second, he left a huge hole on the right side, and Gibbs exploited it. First pitch to Gibbs is bunted foul directly into the netting behind the plate. One strike and nothing to Gibbs. It was an interesting weekend of baseball around the conference. How about Emery and Henry taking 2 out of 3 at Wingate? Throw over to first and back safely Aiden Gibson. That's certainly a surprising result after the Bulldogs won game 1 10-1. It was the Wasps winning 7-4. And then 8-6, Tyler Bradley, the league's player of the week and region player of the week. 0-1 pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-2. Gibbs brought the bat back. Newberry gets 2 out of 3 against Limestone. Likewise, they dropped game 1 6-3. Turned around to win game 2 12-6, and then the finale 17-0. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs, 1-2. I mentioned Tusculum sweeping Coker. Lenore Ryan swept Anderson. And there are 5 teams with 1 loss or fewer so far in the league this year. The 1-2 pitch. High on a breaking ball, 2-2. There's a ton of baseball left in the year, but certainly you're looking at, how about Lincoln Memorial? They got off to that just wonderfully hot start, and then they lost 2 out of 3 in their opening series. There goes the runner from first. It's a swing and a foul ball back on a 2-2. Splitter is losing 2 out of 3 against Catawba, who, just like Tusculum, at 5-1. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's strike 3 called at the knees. A fastball. Gibbs thought it was a little bit low, but the strike is called. Gibbs down looking. First strikeout for Quinn. And with 1 out and a runner at first base, Trey Miller gets his turn. Miller scored twice. He homered in the first, and he was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Quinn ready to go on the slab and throws it over to first base and back safely is Gibson. Well, it's a different look of the conference tournament this year. It's not your traditional double elimination bracket at Smoky Stadium. They're doing it a little bit differently this season. Quinn pitches, and Miller takes a slider down and away for ball 1. League is trying to help teams in the conference play an extra week. So 4 teams will meet at the top seed, and 4 teams will meet at the number 2 seeds facility for the opening weekend. The 1-0. Outside corner for a strike, 1-1. It'll be a double elimination bracket, so teams 1, 4, 5, and 8 will meet at the number 1 seed site. Seeds 2, 3, 6, and 7 will meet at the number 2 seed spot. 1-1 pitch. Misses down and in, 2-1. And then the winner of those sub-regional formats will meet at Smoky Stadium for a best-of-3 championship series the first weekend in May. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Miller swings and misses. 2-2. definitely makes things interesting. You're vying for those top 2 seeds now more than ever. And now it's not as important to be a top 4 seed. Throw to first base and back safely is Gibson. Certainly matchups matter, but rather than being a 5 through 8 and having to play your way into the tournament, 2-2 down and away, 3-2. Now if your seed's 5 through 8, you know you're in and you can set up your pitching staff however you want to. It'll certainly be interesting to see how that plays factors a month from now when we get a better feel of the league. Another throw to first base, and Gibson again has to slide back. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out and a runner at first. Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 5-0 in the 4th. Pitch is a swing and a high pop-up off first base. This will go back into the grass, foul ball. 3-2. Here's the offering, and Miller hits one back up the middle, but slowly. Fernandez backhands, throws it from his glove to the shortstop Robinson, covering second for the out. And that's all Tusculum gets. Fielder's choice 4-6 to get Gibson at second base, and now Miller takes over at first. Might expect to see him run as well. Let's see how Tusculum handles that with 2 outs now. And McLean coming to the plate. Carson-Newman leading at 5-0. They've scored every time they've been at the plate in this game so far. Trying to make it 4 for 4. Quinn pitches. There goes Miller. It's taken for a strike. Throw down to second base, not nearly in time. And there's a 7th stolen base of the year for Trey Miller. Well, with 2 outs, really nothing to lose there for the Eagles, and you knew Miller, as soon as he got a good jump on it, he'd be off and running, and he wasted just 1 pitch to get down there. McLean, 1 strike and nothing on him. Quinn pitches. McLean takes another slider, this one down and in for a ball, 1-1. It's been a really good start to the game for Carson-Newman, about the midway point of this one. Looking to win a 3rd game in a row and try to get back on the track to get above 500. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's down the middle for a fastball strike, 1-2. Well, for the last 4 years, Carson-Newman had been above 500 coming out of February. A couple of those years found themselves ranked. This year, didn't happen. 6-10. The 1-2 pitch. Well off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But maybe this is the time of the year where Carson-Newman can gain that footing and get hot. There were a lot of newcomers on this roster. Here's the 2-2. That's off the plate. 3-2. In fact, when you look at the lineup out there today, there's only 1 everyday starter from a year ago in the lineup today, and that's Zach Bose. Otherwise, newcomers or players filling in new roles. And a payoff pitch with a runner at second. Quinn will step off, then lob a throw back to second, just in case Miller's doing anything. Well, the count full. Carson-Newman leading 5-0 in the 4th. Here's the payoff. Up and away, ball 4. McLean draws the walk. He's on base for a second time. That's really his strong suit. McLean can get on base with the best of them. His batting average might not blow you away, but his on-base percentage is up over 360 for the season, despite hitting right around 200 for the year. So once again, ducks on the pond for the Eagles. Runners at first and second for James Denton, who's 0 for 2. Quinn pauses. He pitches, and Denton takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 5-0. Eagles have lost 4 games in a row here at home against the Pioneers. Got to go back to the series opener in April 2021, the last time Carson-Newman beat Tusculum on this field. A 1-0 pitch. well down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. That's when Tusculum was the top 15 team in the country. Henry Jackson scored twice, had a couple hits. Micah Genter was aboard all 3 times. He had a couple hits. And the Eagles won that game 5-3. And now a quick sprint out to the mound to have a conversation. Todd Ireland, the veteran pitching coach, having a chat with Billy Quinn. And Quinn has been frustrated these last several batters getting the sign from the dugout. Well, you talk about the new rules at the big league level with the pitch clock. And that is something that Tusculum has never been known for. They've always been more of a methodically slow team out there on the rubber. We saw with the pitching change that they made in an inning. But this time around, it appears as if this is going to be more of an injury-related situation. The trainer is out there to take a look at Quinn. And looked like he was showing him his middle finger. Maybe a blister or a nail issue that's causing issues. And the question will be, is it enough to force him out of the game? If not, how do you go about fixing it? And the home plate umpire is out there chatting as well. Quinn is shaking his head that he's okay. Yeah, these last several batters, he's been going to that right hand. And he taps his catcher, McCauley, on the back, and I think he's going to be okay, and he'll stay in the ball game. But he's in a 2-0 hole here to James Denton. Carson-Newman a run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Lead at 5-0 here in the fourth. 2 men on and 2 outs. Quinn back into his motion as he's ready to go. Here it is. Denton takes down and away. It's 3-0. Carson-Newman's used 3 pitchers so far in this game. Tusculum on its second of the day. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's right down the middle to make it 3-1. Well, Denton was taking that entire way. If he gets a similar pitch, he's got the green light. 3 balls, 1 strike. Quinn pitches and misses up and away. Ball 4. The bases are loaded here in the fourth. Denton at first, McLean down to second, Miller over to third base. And with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Mitchell Ballant will get his turn. Ballant has hit a line drive to first and walked so far today. Eagles continue to apply the pressure on this Tusculum group. First inning was clean minus the home run. Otherwise, the Eagles have had multiple base runners in every inning. Quinn ready to go. He pitches, and Ballant takes low for ball 1. Well, that was a 39th pitch for Quinn. He's walked 3. And here comes Brandon Steele out of the dugout, and I think that's enough of Billy Quinn. It's going to be a pitching change here. Carson-Newman leads 5-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Can the Eagles blow this thing open? We'll find out when we come back.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At the Kate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Kate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Kate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Kate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
For the ninth time this season, Jonathan Nelson is on in relief, 2-0 record with a 5.40 ERA. Nelson, 6 feet 175, out of Knoxville's Carnes High School. And the junior right-hander comes in with a 1-ball and no strike count on Mitchell Ballant. And Carson-Newman leading at 5-0 with a bases loaded and 2 outs in the fourth. Nelson to work out of the stretch, and the right-hander brings it up there and bounces it in the dirt. This one skips away, goes towards the first base dugout. Miller comes in to score. Carson-Newman has scored in every inning and leads 6-0. That'll be a wild pitch on Nelson on the first pitch that he throws of the day. Everybody else moves up. Well, that pitch bounced up there about 6 feet in front of the plate. And McCauley, who had blocked everything so far in this game, had no chance at that one. 2-0 to Ballant, the pitch. Up and in, 3-0. Nelson pitched in that first matchup. Pitched the final inning. A scoreless ninth in a 10-4 Tusculum victory. 3-0 the count. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's low. Ball 4. It's the 4th walk of the inning. And the bases loaded yet again. 6-0, Carson-Newman on top. And the walks have played a major role in that one. 6 walks and a hit batter by Tusculum pitching so far. And a 6-0 lead for Zach Bose, who's 0 out of 2 on the day. Nelson pitches. Bose takes low on a breaking ball. 1-0. Bose was a strikeout victim with the bases loaded and 1 out back in the third. Wind pushing out towards right center field. The 1-0 pitch. On the inside corner at the belt for a strike. 1-1. It's great to have you along for the ride today. Latter afternoon period. 6 unanswered runs to start the day for Carson-Newman. The 1-1. Curveball in the inside corner. Bose lays off, but it costs him a strike. 1-2. Carson-Newman just 2 out of 7 with runners in scoring position in this game. They've had their fair share of chances to play add-on. The 1-2. Just missed low, and I mean not by much. That was a tough take for Bose. Slightly below the knees. Bases juiced, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Nelson readies. He pitches. Bounces this one up there, and he runs the string out on Bose at 3-2. that'll allow the runners to get a head start. So Ballant from first, Denton from second, and McLean from third will all be running. 6-0 Carson-Newman in the fourth. The payoff pitch on the way, and Bose rips it down the left field line, hooking foul. Well, he didn't hit that ball all that hard, but had enough loft to it that if that ball stays fair, it clears the bases. But it bounced just in between the bullpen mound and the bullpen plate down the left field line. Another payoff pitch on the way, and Bose rips this one just foul. That time he did sting it. Hit it sharply on a line down the left field line, and that ball missed the chalk by mere inches. Not by much. Ortega gave it a lunge, and that ball just went foul. Same situation, would have cleared the bases. A third try at a 3-2. Low ball 4. Fourth consecutive walk, fifth walk of the inning. The Eagles get another run and lead it 7-0. And it's all been done without a hit. McLean touches home, Denton to third, Ballant to second. And here's Nelson Smith. Smith, a walk and a run scored in the second, a 2-run single in the third, and he gets hit by the first pitch. Another bases loaded RBI. And the wheels coming off right now for this Tusculum pitching staff. Well, this is just the 5th time this year where Tusculum has given up more than 5 runs in a game. And it is an 8-0 lead. And here's Ryan Potts, and he looks at a pitch down and away for ball 1. Potts, the 9th man of the inning to come to the plate. A right-hand pitcher delivers, and that misses low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Eight runs on 4 hits for Carson-Newman. Nelson can't find the zone. The 2-0. Gets one across the middle. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Nelson delivers the 2-1. Ponce takes ball 3 down. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 runs in here in the 4th, and an 8-0 lead. Nelson pausing. He pitches, and that misses low. Ball 4 again. Bases loaded walk. 4 runs in here in the 4th, and a 9-0 lead. And that's the end of the day for Nelson. Nelson comes in, walk, hit batter, walk. In this inning, walk, strikeout, fielder's choice, walk, hit batter, walk. And that's the end of the line. And a 9-0 lead for the Eagles. Another pitching change. We'll tell you about the new hurler when we come back. Eagles in control. Bases still loaded with 2 outs here in the 4th. The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeingEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeingEagles.com.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery And Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
With AEC's You Save Advantage program, take advantage and upgrade your home to save on energy. Eliminate large upfront investments and allow energy savings to provide the payments for energy upgrades on your bill. An AEC certified energy inspector visits your home to determine the options for energy efficiency. Then AEC installs the new energy efficiency measures and recovers its cost with a charge on your electric bill. Contact AEC today to start saving. AEC, we're power with purpose.
Tusculum's bullpen has not given up a hit. The bad news is they've walked 6, hit a batter, and given up 4 runs. And Carson-Newman has scored 4 times here in the 4th without a hit. And the Eagles have blown this thing open to a 9-0 lead here in the 4th. Bases loaded, and the man who started the inning, Aiden Gibson, bats here in the 4th. 9-0 Eagles, and Scout Martin's first pitch misses low for ball 1. Martin, 6 feet, 185, a left-hander, freshman from Blackman High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He's making his 4th outing of the year, 5 earned runs in 3 innings. 1-0 pitch here to Gibson. And Gibson rips this into left center field. That's dropping in for a base hit. Bose scores right behind him, Smith. It's a 6-run 4th and an 11-0 lead for Carson-Newman. Well, Gibson got a great pitch to hit, and he just pummeled it into the outfield. And it is a 6-run inning. And that's the first hit of the frame for Carson-Newman. And now the 11th batter of the frame will come up, and here's Will Gibbs. 1 out of 2 struck out earlier this frame. Scout Martin stretches, pitches, and Gibbs takes a strike at the knees. Carson-Newman, a run in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 6 in the 4th. Second highest scoring inning of the year for Carson-Newman. The 0-1. Gibbs takes a breaking ball down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Close the book on Billy Quinn. An inning, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Carson-Newman 5 hits, but 11 runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bounce through the right side of the infield. That's a base hit. Potts rounding third. He's coming to the plate. The throw goes into third base, and sliding in safely Gibson. Gibbs his second 2-out RBI of the day. 7-run 4th inning, 12-0 Carson-Newman. Seven runs on a couple hits here in the inning. It's matched the highest scoring frame of the year for Carson-Newman. And here's Trey Miller. Martin's first pitch way up and away. Ball 1. Eagles lead it 12-0. Left-hander Martin works out of the stretch. He pitches. And that's right down the middle for a strike. Martin comes sent out there on the mound. He pitches, and that misses low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Tusculum pitching just hasn't been able to find the zone with any level of frequency in this inning. Martin gets the sign and now pitches, and Miller fouls it back into the screen. 2-2. It's the most runs that Carson-Newman has scored against Tusculum since 1993. Won 14-6 that year. The 2-2. Downstairs in the dirt. And it's 3-2. Eagles had a couple double-digit games in that stretch. A lot of close games over that period, but this is as good a performance as Carson-Newman has had. Another payoff pitch coming up here in this inning. Time called by Miller as he steps out. Martin coming sent out there on the mound. And he'll pick to first base. Well, this inning as a whole has lasted about 25 to 30 minutes, mostly because of the inability of Tusculum pitching to throw strikes. Pioneers pitchers 61 strikes on 122 pitches. The pitch is on the inside corner. Ring him up, strike 3, and that ends the inning. But it is one of the most productive innings that Carson-Newman has had in quite a while. Eagles score 7 times in the 4th, and Carson-Newman has blown this thing open. We're through 4, 12-0. Carson-Newman dominating the Pioneers. The Eagles have put up zeros in every inning so far. They'll try to do that yet again when they come back out in the 5th. Here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Jackson Harbin back out for a second inning of work. He gets Blaze McCauley, and McCauley swings the first pitch and drives it down the right field line, fouling out of play for strike 1. Carson-Newman, 12 runs in the ball game so far, and we're through 4. Tusculum has drawn 5 walks in the game, but they don't have a hit so far. And a 12-0 lead in hand. Harbin ready to go. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and tight. Well, Nelson will be charged for 4 of those runs in that last inning. Harbin ready. The 0-2. Just missed down and in. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, there's still a lot of baseball to be had here. Certainly Carson-Newman's bullpen would like to keep this thing rolling and get the bats back out there. The 1-2. Popped up, first base side, Denton into foul ground. The first baseman will climb up the hill, come right back down, backpedaling, making the catch in foul ground. Fine play by James Denton. Always tough to deal with that slope along the first base line, and he went up it and showed that balance and those leg days that he'd been hitting to make sure that he could maintain that balance and strength down the hill. Now with one out, nobody on, Rudy Fernandez. 0 out of 1, and the first pitch from Harbin stays high for ball 1. Griff Hughes started it, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. Eli Norris an inning worth of work, and now Harbin, 4 outs, 3 strikeouts. The 1-0 misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. And Carson-Newman here in the 5th inning has thrown a total of 81 pitches. Tusculum pitchers have thrown 128. 2-0 pitch. Nearly hit him. Ran a fastball up and in on him. 3 balls, no strikes. Right-hand pitcher and the right-hand batter. Here it is. And that's right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Well, Lee and Lincoln Memorial were supposed to get a first pitch at 3 a.m. today. I think that's a typo. Unless they're playing in the World Baseball Classic. 3-1. Fouled straight back. I know that Adam Green's been locked into the World Baseball Classic so far. Panama with a win, and who was the other one? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Guess Green's not paying attention to it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. On the outside corner, and it's strike 3 called. 2 outs. Nobody on. And Zane Keener will get his turn. Yesterday it was the Netherlands beating Cuba 4-2. First pitch to Zane Keener misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. And then Panama taking down Taipei 12-5. Of course, former Carson-Newman pitcher Steve Cishek was on the American team about a decade ago. 1-0 pitch is popped up third base side. This will get back into the seats. Team USA and the Dominican, your top 2 front runners. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. But anyway, I'm guessing that LMU Lease game that was supposed to start at 3 a.m. actually meant 3 p.m. The 2-1. On the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2. Nothing Eagles here in the 5th. Harbin ready. The 2-2 pitch. Keener slices at it and gets a piece off the end of the barrel, fouling it up the third base line. Yesterday, Erskine held off Morris Hill 4-3. Barton took down Emory and Henry 9-6. Lenore Ryan comes back to beat Catawba 15-9, and that was a early 7-0 lead for the Indians. The 2-2. Keener fouls another ball back and out of play. It's holding here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 6-run first for the Indians, but couldn't do much the rest of the way. Bryce Stober, a 3-for-4 day with 3 RBIs. Wayne Kuda, likewise, 3 ribbies for the Bears in the comeback win. Mount Olive blasts Wingate 18-4. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch misses down and in, 3-2. Every Wingate pitcher gave up multiple runs yesterday and just didn't have an answer for the top of Mount Olive's lineup that drove in 11 runs. Harbin misses up and away for ball 4. Issuing the 6th walk of the day by Carson-Newman pitching. And a 2-out base runner for Christian Ortega, who's 0 out of 2 so far today. Carson-Newman in the 5th. Harbin looking to get out of this inning unscathed as he's ready to go. The right-hander pitches, and Ortega lines one out to right center field. McLean over to the alleyway. Got a great jump on it and makes the catch to end the inning. Tusculum still hitless through 5. And Carson-Newman in control. A 12-0 advantage. Eagles on top, and they look for more after a 7-run 4th. looking for more in a 12-0 lead going to the bottom of the fifth on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Dalton McLean leads off the fifth, and Scout Martin back out to work, and his first pitch is a foul ball straight back from McLean. Changes for Tusculum. Christian Ortega moves from third to first, and Max Schmarter is in the game now at third base. Martin working out of the stretch. Eagles have scored in every inning so far and lead at 12-0. And McLean hits this one in the air out to right. Flood camped out underneath it. He was perfectly placed in the outfield as he's camped out underneath, making the catch. And with one out, nobody on, James Denton gets his turn. Denton 0 out of 2, but he was a part of the long line of walks in the fourth. So with one out and nobody on, Martin back to the stretch. Against Denton, lefty on lefty, and Denton fouls the first pitch off. Down the third base line. No balls and a strike to count. Scout Martin out there on the slab. A high hold in the pitch. Denton fouls it off of third base this time. And he's into a 0-2 hole. Slawinski started it, gave up 5 runs in 2 2/3. Quinn, an inning of work, 3 earned. Nelson didn't get an out. He gave up 4 runs. And Martin, the fourth pitcher of the day. No balls, 2 strikes. Martin pitches. Denton fouls it off. It was a fastball riding high and tight. Got a piece of it, fouling it off of his foot. And this has been a dominant outing. And Carson-Newman at home this year has been a totally different ball club. 7-2 at home, 1-9 on the road. No balls, 2 strikes. Martin lifts the leg and fires, and Denton rolls at first base side foul. Holding count at no balls and 2 strikes. 12 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 4 left on base for the Eagles. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 6 left aboard for Tusculum. You're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 strikes and nothing to count. Martin lifts the leg and fires, and Denton bounces one again off of his foot. This one rolls out to the mound, and the count holds it no balls and 2 strikes. Well, some action going on around the rest of the league today. You got UVA Wise and Bluefield State. That's Carson-Newman's next opponent coming up this weekend. The Cavs come to town. The 0-2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. And in the 6th inning, it's UVA Wise leading it 7-4. Scored 6 runs in the 2nd inning. Each team with 8 hits so far in that ball game. DJ Dixon with A 2-run double. Denton rips this back up the middle. It nearly took off Martin's left shoulder as it bounces on the infield grass, then over the second base bag and into center. Base hit for Denton. Carson-Newman's 7th hit of the day. And a 1-out base runner for Mitchell Ballant. "12-0 Eagles in the bottom of the 5th. Mars Hill looking to bounce back. They lead King 8-5 in the 6th inning. Lions have Dawson McConnell with 3 RBIs, 2-hit day so far. First pitch to Ballant off the plate away, 1-0. And the Lions leading at 8-5 in the top of the 6th inning. Emery and Henry is at Chawan, and it's another offensive outburst there. 1-0 misses high. Wasp with a 5-run first, lead at 14-9 at Chawan. Each of the top 3 hitters with multiple hits, and 2 of the top 3 with multiple RBIs for the Wasps. 2-0 pitch on the way. Ballant fouls it. First base side. Ortega gives it a look, but this one will get out of play. Catawba goes to North Georgia today. That'll be a good matchup. That game just getting ready to get started. 2 regional hopefuls squaring off in Dahlonega. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Missing down and in. 3 balls and a strike. Ballant today, 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Here's the 3-1. Ballant pops it up, first base side. This is in no man's land, and a long run for the second baseman. Neither make the play. Flood bobbles into second. Denton. That's a base hit, and that pretty much sums up the day for Tusculum. That ball was just popped up into right field. Flood came on. Fernandez went out, and it bounces right in between them. Well, the roles have reversed. When these two teams first met up, Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin was livid after the fact. Didn't like how his team came out and played. Well, it's been Tusculum's day, sleepwalking through this one. 3-1 to count the pitch. Bose rips this down the left field line, and he is wearing out the foul line down the left side as this one goes foul. Remember his last at bat, he launched a couple balls down into that corner and just couldn't keep them fair. Eventually drew the first of 4 consecutive bases loaded walks in the 4th. 12-0 Eagles here in the 5th. 2 men on and 1 out. Martin with a high hold, the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Well, the first 3 Tusculum pitchers gave up 4 hits. Martin has given up 4. But unlike the first 3 pitchers, he hasn't given up a run yet. No balls, 2 strikes. Martin pauses, now pitches. And here's a fly ball out to right field. Flood is camped out underneath this one. Won't need any help as he makes the catch. Both runners retreat. Second out of the inning. Now with 2 outs and 2 men on, it'll be on Nelson Smith if the Eagles are to score for a 5th consecutive inning. Scout Martin will try to do something that nobody has done for Tusculum today, and that's put up a 0. 2 men on, 2 outs in the 5th. Carson-Newman leads it 12-0. The left-hander Martin ready to go. He pitches, and Smith bounces it straight foul, straightward back. Smith today has walked and scored, a 2-run single, a bases-loaded hit by pitch, and a run scored. Been quite the day for Nelson. His average has popped over 300, now to 321 on the year. No balls and 1 strike. Martin pitches. High in the zone, 1-1. Well, Smith's done a great job filling in. Henry Jackson injured a couple weeks back, and he was the catalyst of this Carson-Newman offense. Was Jackson, and With the Eagles needing some depth in the outfield, Nelson Smith has stepped in, and he has provided just that. Basically been an everyday starter since Jackson's injury. The 1-1 bounces up there. Good block behind the plate by McCauley, as he's done most of the day. 2 balls and a strike. Martin comes up near his left cheek to hold it. The 2-1 misses down and in. 3 balls and a strike. Now, this has been what has helped Carson-Newman. How about this, though, for the Eagles? Carson-Newman had drawn 19 walks in the last 10 games combined. In this one, they've drawn 6. The 3-1. Smith gets it off the end of the bat. A little flare out behind first base. Ortega backpedaling onto the outfield grass. Squeezes it. And that ends the inning. And for the first time today, Carson-Newman is unable to score. The Eagles have left 6 on base, but lead it 12-0. We go to inning number 6. Eagles pitching has been good. Can Tusculum get something against Carson-Newman? Find out when we return to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Well, it's been a good day to be an Eagle so far. We go to the 6th inning. Carson-Newman is in control, 12-0 the lead. Pioneers hitless so far, and Clay Simpson is the 4th pitcher of the day for the Eagles. Simpson making his 3rd appearance of the year. He's gone an inning so far through 2 outings. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he gets the heart of the order. Wes Reynolds starts it off, and Simpson's first pitch is a foul ball straight back by Reynolds for strike 1. Simpson, 6'6", 225, a senior right-hander. 10th career appearance, fastball, and a 12-6 curveball. 1 strike and nothing from Simpson, and he goes to another fastball. Reynolds fouls at first base side. This one will reach the seats. It's always funny when you watch fans out there try to field a foul ball. They're always like, I got it, and then at the last second, they bail out of the way. Probably a smart call if you didn't bring your mitt to the ballpark. The 0-2, curveball. I don't know where that one missed. Looked pretty good from here. And a 12-0 game in which we've played over 2 hours. Sometimes you get that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Simpson gets the sign and pitches. Same curveball. This time it's right down the middle. Reynolds knew it. He walks back to the dugout. Simpson starts off the inning with a punch-out. That is the 10th of the day by Carson-Newman pitchers. Well, he had to bring up that curveball just a few inches and did it. Here's Murphy Flood. He's walked and struck out. 12-0 Eagles in the 6th. Simpson pitches. Curveball way up in the zone for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Simpson pitched against Tusculum earlier this year. Gave up 3 unearned runs. The 1-0. Check swing on a fastball high and tight. After an appeal, it's confirmed a ball, 2-0. That was a big issue for Carson-Newman in that first matchup this season. Eagles committed 3 errors. Gave up 6 unearned runs. The 2-0. High on a fastball, 3-0. Each team's left 6 on base in this game. The difference is Carson-Newman with 12 runs, Tusculum with 0. 3-0 count. Simpson needs a strike, and he gets it with a fastball on the inside corner. Now, Simpson has long been a guy for Carson-Newman that the Eagles have tested at times. The 3-1, outside corner for a strike, 3-2. Hasn't thrown more than an inning in any of his career outings, but perhaps he can solidify a position down the stretch. Payoff pitch coming. Foul tip, strike 3. How about Simpson? Back-to-back punch-outs. This time he works from a 3-0 count to fan flood. And with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's Zach Brunette, has hit into a fielder's choice and struck out today. Eagles lead at 12-0 here in the 6th with 2 outs. Right-hander into his motion as he kicks the leg and fires. And here's a bouncing ball left side, and that one sneaks through the left side of the infield, and Tusculum has its first hit of the day. So the Eagles go 5 2/3 hitless innings before Brunette bounces a ball between Gibson and Miller. Eagles have had just 1-1-2-3 inning all day. And Simpson throws a fastball high and tight for ball 1 to Britton Robinson, who has walked and struck out so far today. Pretty much everybody in the lineup, you could say, walk and strike out. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 5 of the 9 hitters have done just that at least once, a walk and a strikeout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Simpson straightens up, turns it loose, and Robinson hits this in the air out to center field. McLean drifts back. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Tusculum gets its first hit of the day, but the Pioneers continue to trail. Carson-Newman is in control. Going to the bottom of the 6th, it is all Carson-Newman. Eagles lead it 12-0. Eagles hit the bat rack when we return to Mossy Creek when we return here in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman bats for the 6th time. Eagles lead at 12-0. As Scout Martin back to hurl here in the 6th as he pitches, and Ryan Potts hits a high fly ball down the left field line. It's the third baseman giving chase, Schmarter, and he can't get there in time as it bounces foul for strike 1. Changes defensively for Tusculum. Entering the game in left field is Patrick Usher. Entering the game in center field, Luis Reyes. And now at second base, Justin Montenegro. 12-0 Eagles here in the 6th. And the 0-1 pitch is, I don't know, off the inside corner maybe. Looked pretty good from here. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, that looked right down The inner half from this angle. Martin pitches the 1-1. And Potts hits another one foul. This one down the right field line, out of play. 1-2. Carson-Newman leads at 12-0. A run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, a season-best 7-run fourth. And they've given up just 1 hit so far today. The 1-2 pitch. Potts flares it first base side. Ortega backpedals again in just the way that the 5th inning end. The 6th inning begins with a pop-up to a backpedaling first baseman. And with 1 out and nobody on, here comes Aiden Gibson. Gibson, a 2-run single in that 7-run fourth. 1 out of 2 on the day with a walk. Eagles lead it by a dozen. Martin ready to go in the pitch. Fouled off of first base. Martin 5 outs so far. He's given up 4 hits. No runs have been accounted to him, but the inherited runners that he gave up, all 3 of them. One strike and nothing to count. Eagles into double figures in the run column in this game. The 0-1. Gibson rolls it left side of the infield. Schmarter cuts off the shortstop, picks it up, and throws over to first. And the first 2 have been retired here in the 6th. Ben Wilcoxon is off Carson-Newman's dugout. He's going to pinch hit. So Wilcoxon will pinch hit for Will Gibbs in the 9 spot of the lineup. Get his opportunity here. Left-hander Martin stretches and pitches, and Wilcoxon fouls it off of first. 3rd time this season, Carson-Newman has scored at least 10 runs in a game. Wilcoxon this year, a 176 hitter. Really more so known for his eye at the plate as he checks his swing and bounces it right back to the mound. Martin picks it up, runs towards first, and underhands it over there to end the inning. So Martin's retired 5 in a row all of a sudden, and the Eagles down in order for the first time all day. We're going to the 7th. Carson-Newman ahead by a dozen, blanking the Pioneers here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Jake Overbeck takes over out there on the mound for Carson-Newman, and the 1-1 pitch is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bunch of changes for the Eagles. Ryan Potts moves from right field to left field. Sam Stern enters the game in right. Ben Wilcoxon stays in the game. He goes to third, and Aiden Gibson to second base. 2-1 pitch misses off the plate away. 3 balls and a strike. Right-hand pitcher Overbeck into his motion, and he fires, and that misses. Ball 4. to Schmarter. And he's a leadoff base runner here in the 7th inning. And now stepping to the plate is Dylan Simons, hitting in the 9 spot of the order for Blaze McCauley. Overbeck pitches, and there's a strike. Well, both sides being able to unload their bench here a little bit and get some guys out there. Swinging a foul tip makes it no balls and 2 strikes. So Simons at the plate, 5'9", 195-pound junior from Wellington, Florida. 0-2 pitch. Just missed up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right-hander fires, and here's a line drive out to center field. McLean has to hustle back. The wind blows it out just a little bit, but he's out into the alley to make the catch. And there's 1 away. And now comes Montenegro to hit after he entered the game in the last inning. Montenegro this year, 1 hit and 7 at-bats. 12-0 Eagles here in the 7th. Right-hander pitches, and it's a bouncing ball foul up the third base line. Overbeck making his 4th appearance of the year. Last pitched on February 28th against Young Harris. The 0-1. Slider across the plate. 0-2. That was his first walk that he'd allowed all year when he walked the leadoff man in this inning in Schmarter. 12-0 Eagles in the 7th, and the 0-2 pitch from Overbeck. Right down the middle, strike 3 called. Punch out number 12 for the Eagles. Been quite the day out there on the slab for Carson-Newman. So here comes the right-handed hitting new outfielder, Luis Reyes, and he fouls the first pitch off of first base to fall into a 1-0 hole. Reyes having a great year. How about the 6 out of 11 at the plate with 9 runs scored and 4 RBIs. He has 4 stolen bases to lead the team. This is just the 6th game he's played in this year. 0-1 pitch coming. And it's a hard hit ground ball out to a sliding second baseman Miller. He goes the short route to Gibson at second. And that ends the inning. Carson-Newman does its job in the 7th as Overbeck comes in and fires up a 0. Stretch time here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Eagles lead at 12-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Bottom of the 7th inning we go. Carson-Newman leads this ball game 12-0. And Trey Miller starts it off as Scout Martin pitches and misses off the plate away for ball 1. Well, Martin so far has thrown 40 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs. And he's retired 5 Carson-Newman hitters in a row. 1-0 the count. The left-hander pitches. And here's a pop-up foul back behind us, out of play. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Well, here in the 7th inning, Carson-Newman looks to score for the first time since the 4th. They've been held scoreless in 2 straight innings now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin pitches. That misses down and in. Martin checks the wristband. 4th pitcher of the game, and he's been the most effective so far for the Pioneers. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, foul off of first base. And the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman, 12 runs, most runs they've scored in 3 decades against the Pioneers. And looking for more here in the 7th. Here's the 2-2. Miller hits this one out to left field. Looking up at the fence is Usher. So long again. Miller homers for the 2nd time in the game. 13-0 Eagles here in the 7th. On a 2-2 pitch, Miller launches a tater, his 2nd long ball of the game, 4th of the season, and it's a 13-0 lead. Here's Dalton McClain. He's been on base twice. Martin pitches, gets a fastball at the outside corner at the knees. Lefty on right-hand batter. 9th hit of the day for Carson-Newman. Martin pitches. McClain bounces it foul backwards. 1-0. Or 1-1 rather. McClain scored twice in this game. Left-hander has the sign as he kicks the leg and pitches. Trying to go with a breaking ball outside. Missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty coming set and pitching. Bounces it up there. Now it's 2-2. On a game that's 2.5 hours old, Carson-Newman leads it 13-0. They've scored in 5 of the first 7 innings. And have kept a clean sheet so far. Here's the 2-2. McClain hits this in the air down the right field line. This is a long run for Flood, and he cannot get over into foul ground in time as it bounces for a foul ball. Would have been a lot of trouble if that ball stayed fair. $13-0 Eagles. Martin works quickly out there on the rubber now as he's ready to go. He pitches. And here's a line drive, base hit into left center field. McClain has his 2nd hit of the day. Second multi-hit game of the year for McClain. Back-to-back hits open up the inning. Lefty on lefty with James Denton at the plate. And the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Carson-Newman double-figure hits now, 10 of them. 10-1 lead in that department. Denton 1 out of 3 today. He's also walked. Martin pitches. Denton takes low, 2-0. Well, it looks like this game is going to be on Martin's shoulder for about as long as they can have him out there. Lefty coming set. Check over at first. He pitches. Denton takes a strike, 2-1. Well, Martin hadn't pitched since February 24th. That was in Tusculum's loss to UVA Wise in that game. Here's the pitch. Denton fouls it back, 2-2. Martin threw just 11 pitches in that game. And prior to that, he hadn't pitched since February 10th, so he's basically pitched one time in the last month. So certainly fresh and well rested. And he's up to 55 pitches in this game. The 2-2 bounces up there, swings through the legs of the home plate umpire to the backstop. McLean trots over to second base. That'll be a wild pitch. And with the count now full at 3-2. Double play ball, at least the traditional one, is off of the table. Well, Emery and Henry and Chawan have gone to the 10th inning, tied at 14. Chawan a 5-run ninth to tie the score. Here's the 3-2. Denton fouls it back, and we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The two teams have combined for 31 hits. And there have been a lot of pitchers that have been tagged in that one. And right now, in the bottom of the 10th inning, Emery and Henry and Chawan tied at 14 apiece. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Denton takes inside, ball 4. First 3 have reached here in the 7th. And that appears to be the end of the day for Martin. So Martin does as much as he can. He'll get yanked. Eagles lead it 13-0. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Eagles on top, 13-0 in the 7th.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military.
Final!
I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Spencer Bright is going to pinch hit for Carson-Newman, and he will face off against the new right-hander in Jacob Willett. Willett, 6'2", 195, a grad student from Chucky Doak High School in Greenville. And the right-hander pitches, and Spencer Bright takes a strike from Willett. Eagles Home run, a base hit, and a walk, and Colby Abbott has taken over at first base to run for James Denton. Willett pauses in a 13-0 game. He pitches. Misses off the plate down and away. Willett making his 6th appearance of the year. He's given up just 2 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings so far this season. Bright comes in, hitless on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. Off the plate down and away, 2-1. Bright 0 out of 9 so far this season. He has drawn a walk. McLean at second. And Abbott at first. First action that the young man has seen over at first base. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss on a high heater, 2-2. So Bright steps in the place of Mitchell Ballant. Pinch hitting here in the 7th of a 13-0 game. Willett coming set. The right-hander pitches on the inside corner for strike 3 called. So he fans. Hitless in his last 22 at-bats. 13-0 Eagles, bottom of the 7th. Right-hander pitches, and that misses, or hits the inside corner rather, for a strike with 1 out. 2 men on. Willett has the sign, the 0-1 pitch. Just missed downstairs. Tried the changeup this time around. Didn't get the call. Willett works pretty quickly out there, finding the sign immediately from his battery mate Simmons in the pitch. Swing and a miss way out in front of a breaking ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Two men on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Right-hander pitches, and Peterson flares it down the left field line, but foul. Peterson looking for his first hit since February 5th of 2022 at a 2-hit day against Alabama Huntsville. The 1-2 pitch. Peterson out in front of it, pops it on the infield. Infield fly roll in effect, which means they drop it, but it won't matter. And now McLean takes off for third base. It's dropped by the third baseman. And McLean is over at third after the ball was dropped. So infield fly roll in effect. Peterson is out. And to third base goes Dalton McLean. So here's Sam Astern batting with 2 outs, and the first pitch to Astern misses high and tight. He's pinch hitting, or check that, came into the game earlier in right field. And Astern is batting. Runners at the corners and 2 outs, and the pitch. Astern fouls it back. Right-hand pitcher and the right-hand batter. Eagles get a run in this inning. Trey Miller's second homer of the day. 13-0 the lead here in the 7th. And the pitch from Willett stays high, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That is in there for a strike, 2-2. Right-hand pitcher in a 2-2 count with runners at the corners ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that one nearly took off the backside of a Stern on a breaking ball. Goes up and over his head for a ball, and that runs the count full. Three balls and two strikes. There goes the runner from first, and it's a swing and a miss, strike three. And that ends the inning. Carson-Newman settles for just the run in the inning, the home run from Miller. And we go to the eighth. Eagles lead it 13-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Changes aplenty again for Carson-Newman. Luke Goforth enters the game in left field. Spencer Williams takes over in center. Spencer Bright is behind the plate. Cade Berkey takes over at first base. And the new pitcher is Brock Culpepper facing Christian Ortega. And Ortega fouls the first pitch back. So Culpepper on in relief. So Simpson and then Overbeck and now Culpepper. And Culpepper delivers a strike on the inside corner to Ortega. No balls and two strikes. Carson-Newman leads this ball game 13-0. Culpepper pitches, and it's a bouncing ball off of the plate foul. Eagles need 6 more outs. The 0-2. Ortega flares it out to shallow left. Miller goes to the outfield, and the shortstop is there to make the catch. Good read by Miller. He was the only man that had a chance at getting that baseball, and he did just that, tracking it down in the shallow outfield for the out. So with 1 out and nobody on, here comes Patrick Usher. Entered the game a couple innings ago and left. And the first pitch to him is a grounder out to short, picked up by Miller. He throws out Usher at first base. 2 up, 2 down for Culpepper here in the 8th inning. And now Murphy Flood will stand in. Right-hand pitcher delivers, and that's right down the middle for a strike. So Clay Simpson, an inning, 2 strikeouts and a hit for Carson-Newman as Culpepper misses on the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. An inning for Overbeck. He gives up a walk and strikes out a batter. Each pitcher threw 14 pitches, 9 strikes. Culpepper misses high, 1-1. Culpepper, the 6th pitcher of the day for Carson-Newman. Eagles 4 outs away from taking down the Pioneers. The 2-1 foul down the first baseline, 2-2. Pioneers had won 4 in a row here at Carson-Newman. But the Eagles have been in control from the word go. Culpepper into his motion as he brings it up there. That nearly hit him. 3-2. Griff Hughes fanned the side in the first. Trey Miller a solo home run in the opening inning, and that got the Eagles off and rolling. Here's the 3-2. Hit sharply, back up the middle to the shortstop Miller. Picks it up, throws to first, and that ends the inning. Good, strong 1-2-3 inning from Culpepper. And we go to the bottom of the eighth. Eagles will try to play add-on, leading at 13-0 against the Pioneers here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 13-0. Bottom of the eighth inning. Eagles' last chance to play a little bit of add-on, and it's Luke Goforth to lead off the bottom of the eighth for the Eagles. Goforth will climb into the box, hitting .455. 5 hits and 11 at-bats so far this season, and Jacob Willett back out to pitch. Right-hander kicks and fires, and Goforth takes a strike across the middle. 0-1. So Scout Martin, 2 1/3 innings, an earned run on 6 hits and a walk. And the Eagles leading at 13-0. Willett brings it up there, and a slider is a big swing and a miss by Goforth down and away. And he counts at no balls and 2 strikes. Chawan has walked off Emery and Henry on a home run from Ryan Hudson. 15-14. The 0-2. Goforth hits it sharply out to second. Montenegro bobbles, recovers, throws to first, getting Goforth by a half a step. 1 up, 1 down in the 8th inning for Carson-Newman, and Aiden Gibson will step up. Catawba leads at North Georgia 3-1. That game's in the 4th inning. Cameron Mills already with a couple hits and a couple runs scored for the Indians. Mars Hill leads 9-6 against King, top of the 9th, 1 out. And Wise leading Bluefield State 11-4 in the 8th. Willett pitches, and that one misses down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Been an impressive showing for Carson-Newman. Eagles looking to win a 3rd consecutive ball game. The 1-0. High and tight. 2 balls and no strikes. It would match the longest winning streak of the year. Eagles also swept Emery and Henry in mid-February. And get the Eagles closer to 500. The 2-0. Little flare into right field coming on is Flood, and he's there to reach down near his kneecaps, make the catch, and retire Gibson. 2 up, 2 down here in the Eagles' half of the 8th inning. And Ben Wilcoxon will bat for the 2nd time. Wilcoxon ground out to the pitcher on an excuse-me swing. His only time up so far, and with Carson-Newman leading 13-0 here in the 8th. Right-hand pitcher and right-hand batter ready to go. Willett pitches, and a slider spins on the outside corner for a strike. Eagles lead it 13-0. And Willett ready to go out there on the rubber. The 0-1 pitch. Wilcoxon takes a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes here to Wilcoxon. Here's the pitch, and that misses down and away. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch misses down and in. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, the last time either program shut out the other, you have to go back to 2014. That's when Tusculum blanked the Eagles 5-0 on February 21st. The 2-2. That drifts off the plate. Now 3-2. So from 0-2 ahead to now 3-2 behind. Right-hand pitcher and the right-hand batter. And here comes the payoff pitch on the way. And it's right down the middle for strike 3 call. So that ends the inning. And Carson-Newman goes quietly in the 8th. Eagles, though, lead it 13-0. We head to the 9th. Eagles will try to put the finishing touches on their 13-0 shutout when we come back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Dylan Dodson takes over behind the plate for Carson-Newman. One defensive change for the Eagles, and we see the first of a left-hander from Bearden High School in Knoxville. Jackson Sarrett is on to pitch for the Eagles. 5'10", 190. Fastball, curveball for the left-hander. Facing Zach Brunette, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Carson-Newman, 13 runs, 10 hits. Tusculum, no runs on a hit. The only hit of the day came from Brunette. That happened in the 6th with 2 outs. And the left-hander pitches and misses inside as he yanks a curveball down and in. So Sarrett trying to wrap this thing up and give the Eagles a 3rd win in a row. The 1-1 fouled off of first base. And it counts at a ball and 2 strikes. Eagles have a shutout this season. That came against Emory and Henry in Game 2, 5-0. The 1-2. Curveball just missed. You'd think in a 13-0 game that's almost 3 hours old, you'd give it to him, but even the count up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sarrett set and pitching. Swing and a miss. This time it doesn't matter. Gets him to chase a curveball down and in for strike 3. So first batter of his career and a punch out to start it off. And it's strikeout 13 of the day for Carson-Newman pitching. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Britton Robinson. 0 out of 2 on the day. And the first pitch to him stays high with a fastball. 1-0. Carson-Newman on top 13-0. A 7-run 4th, the big difference. The 1-0 pitch. This ball ripped into left field. Goforth overruns it. He got a terrible read on it. Started running to his left. And it ended up on his right-hand side as it falls in for the second base hit of the day. That might have been a situation, too, where maybe that ball knuckled. And just kind of filleted out to the left-hand side. Before that, Carson-Newman pitching had retired 7 straight batters since a walk to Max Smarter, who's at the plate. And he takes a first pitch fastball high for ball 1. Well, Pioneers looking to avoid being shut out by Carson-Newman for the first time since March 26th of 2006. The 1-0. Foul ball off of first base, 1-1. Tusculum has lost 6 road games in a row. They haven't won since April 20th of 2022, a 15-14 win at King. Sarah ready in the 1-1. Curveball misses low. 2-1. Been a pretty clean performance by Carson-Newman all day. The 1-1. Foul ball again from Schmarter. This one ends up in the football stadium first base side. Pioneers had given up fewer than 5 runs in 5 in a row until yesterday when they go up 7 in a 10-7 win to Cedarville. 5 of those came in the 9th. The 2-2 is a high fastball, and it's 3-2. And it had been a Pioneer team that had been averaging 8 runs per game this season. Granted, a third of those came in a 3-game set with Davis and Elkins. Payoff pitch. Flare off of first base. This is trouble behind Berkey, and it's dropping in fair ground for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Robinson. Back-to-back singles. Tusculum has more singles in the last 2 batters than they had in the first 8 innings. Robinson stops at second base. And now Dylan Simons takes his turn. Well, that ball not hit very hard at all. And was inches away from perhaps being a foul ball. Simons flew out to right his only time up. 13-0 Eagles in the 9th. And Sarah will step off. $13-0. Carson-Newman in the 9th. 1 out, 2 on. Sarrett pitches on the inside corner of the fastball, 0-1. Carson-Newman pitching has struck out 13. They have walked 7, however. Granted, 6 of those came in the first 5 innings, the 0-1. Here's a fly ball hit out to straightaway center field. Williams is underneath it. He's there to make the catch. Neither runner will move up. It is the second out of the inning. And Tusculum down to its final out here in the 9th. And it'll be on Justin Montenegro. The top of the lineup has struck out 3 times with a sacrifice bunt between Fernandez and Montenegro. 13-0 Carson-Newman on top. Looking to wrap this thing up. Lefty on right-hand batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater. 0-1. Trey Miller started it with a home run. He's looking to be the last man responsible for a run as well with a home run in the 7th. 2-homer day for the shortstop. The 0-1 pitch. Misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. One down and in. Good block behind the plate by Dylan Dodson. Back there behind the dish. 2 balls and a strike. Ensures that both runners cannot move up. Dodson, a junior catcher from Huntersville, North Carolina, Lincoln Charter. 2-1 is a ground ball off a third foul, and the count evens at 2-2. And the Pioneers down to their final strike. And Carson-Newman looking for its first shutout against the Pioneers for the first time in 17 years. 13-0 Eagles here in the 9th. Sarrett coming set. And the break-even pitch high on a curveball, 3-2, and that'll run the string out on him and allow the runners to get a head start. 13-0 Carson-Newman. Top of the 9th, 2 outs, 2 on. Runners are off and rolling the payoff. Fouled straight back. And we'll do it again. Count holding at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tusculum pitching today through 201 pitches. Only 111 were strikes. The next pitch from Sarrett will be the 154th of the day for the Eagles. And here comes another 3-2 pitch. On another foul ball, straight back to the screen. Well, he's gone to fastballs on back-to-back pitches. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The payoff again. Another foul ball. This one off of first base, and we'll do it again. Three balls and 2 strikes, and here comes another payoff for the 4th time. This one's hit out towards second base. Luke Francisco picks. He throws to first, and that wraps it up. For the 2nd time this season, Carson-Newman logs a shutout. And in a dominant performance of Tusculum, the Eagles win it 13-0. In a game that takes 3 hours and 2 minutes, Carson-Newman's pitching gives up just 3 hits, and the Eagles dominate the Pioneers and have won 3 in a row. Eagles win it 13-0. They're back in action here at home. UVA Wise is in town this weekend. We'll have all the action for you right here on these very networks. For our entire crew today, I'm Michael Watchang signing off as Carson-Newman takes down Tusculum 13-0. We'll talk to you again this weekend. Until then, good night, everybody.